The principal fears that can block us are the fear of being too much, of shining too bright. Behind that, there is the fear of rejection. It usually goes with the first one. It's the fear of being too much, too bright, that maybe we will create jealousy in others, or maybe we will take up on too much space. And in my own experience, this is totally the opposite that actually happened. When we start to allow ourselves to shine our true light, we're going to inspire others to do the same. We're going to serve as an example. And we are also going to be more and more numerous that will make it less scary for those that will come after, because we are already shining and they will not be the only light in the dark. Because it can be really scary, actually, for our nervous system to be exposed so much to other people looking at us. Because when we are bright and when we are shining, we will attract attention on us. Also because who we truly are is so powerful that we actually cannot integrate all of that in once. So it must be progressive. We cannot step from the shrinked little person to the fully realized one in 1 second. It needs to go by stages, because our nervous system needs to get used to the influx of light and pure energy in our body. This can also be unconscious fear coming from the nervous system that says, whoa, 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 this is too much for me now. It's like step by step, slowly, slowly. Other fears can be also the fear of losing people or letting people behind. We are not talking yet about realizing our full potential, but just being true to ourselves, just being able to say what we think, to share what is important to us, just very simple thing. We can be afraid to lose people, to be rejected by certain people, and know that this will happen. Very probably this will happen. But know that the only people or things that you will lose will be those that are not in resonance and in coherence with who you truly are. At the end of the day, you will not lose anything valuable for yourself or for your soul. In this case, losing some old friends, relationship, will be a freeing, not something bad. It will be something that will make space for things that are more resonating with who you are and sustaining who you truly are, instead of sustaining the person that you created to adapt yourself to the world. Becoming truly free to be who we are implicates losing something also. But it's not a true loss, as I said. The people who truly love us, even if they don't understand us, even if they don't have the same opinions, they will stick with us because they truly love us. And those who don't truly love us, but are just interested in us because we give them things that they need, or because we correspond to a person that they need, they will not stick with us. But it's okay. What is best? To sacrifice the relations that are not truly loving and caring for us and not in resonance with us, or losing our own self, because this is the choice. The true choice is this, because to not be rejected by these people, we reject a part of ourselves. And this part that we are rejecting, if it's our soul, if it's our truest self, it's a huge loss. So there are some choices to make. And life is made of thousands of choices all the time. So what choice are we making when we are stopping ourselves to be ourselves? And it's very important to really bring that to your awareness, really become aware and conscious of the implications of this choice. And because life doesn't like void, the void doesn't stay long, and new people will come into our lives. Inspiring people, people who are like us, people who vibrate on the same frequency we want to vibrate. Another fear that can be here is to make a mistake. When you take the risk to be yourself, there is also the risk that you do mistakes. And we need to be okay with making mistakes, because it's through making mistakes that we learn. And it's okay to make mistakes sometimes. If we don't take the risk to make mistakes, we are taking a huge risk that is much more important, and is the risk to miss our lives, actually, to miss who we are, to miss our potential. So obviously, I'm not talking about taking the risk to put your own life in danger or other people's life in danger. I'm talking about risks for our ego more than anything else. And for example, when I started to teach, when I started to run seminars, I was terrorized in the first place. And I knew I would do mistakes, because it's normal when you're not used to do something. You make mistakes in the beginning. But at a certain point, we don't have choice. Either we listen to our soul's guidance. My soul was telling me, do this. Okay. So there is the fear, and there is the indication of the soul. What we can do is to allow the fear to be there, but just let it sit on the back seat. The fear is not the one driving. The fear is there. It will be there in the beginning. It's normal, but just put it in the back seat and you let it there, and you let your soul drive. So your soul is the one taking the decisions and the directions. Also, what I did to evitate to judge myself too harshly, I created a little book that I intitulated What I Have Learned Today. And each time I would make a mistake in the way I would answer a question or the way I would do something, I would go to my book and I would write, today I have learned this, this, and that, instead of judging myself. So each time, instead of just feeling miserable because I made a mistake, I would learn and not do the same mistake next time. This is one of the other risks to take. This is why I said it asks us courage to be free. We also need to accept that other people will judge us, but whatever we do, other people will judge us. Whatever we do. So there will always be people judging us. We need to be okay with that also. And when we learn not to judge ourselves, but to learn from our stages, we will see that we will encounter a lot less people judging us, because we are not judging ourselves anymore in the same way.